Hey, I'm Ben Silverio.
And I'm Stella Cheeks.
And I'm Ansel Birch.
And it's
time to party! Hello and welcome to our Bloopers and Tangents episode for Happy Accidents. This is all the stuff that didn't make it into the regular episodes for reasons that will probably pretty obvious shortly. I just want to thank you for opening up your podcatcher and choosing weirdness today.
Should we officially
start? Should we talk about this movie?
All right, intro.
This episode was recorded on November 1st, 2022. We are not doctors. We don't give medical advice. Please drink responsibly. This is a hell of a film.
I watched this movie a lot.
It's a good movie. I really enjoyed
Vincent
it.
D'onofrio as a manic pixie dream girl.
You know what's funny? I had that thought while watching the movie. I was just like, is he?
Yeah.
He is.
Also, I always forget that Vincent D'onofrio used to have like really fucked up teeth, and then he got them fixed. And I was like, oh, this is before he got famous.
So this
Baby.
where is this in his criminal intent timeline? Is this pre?
Because this is
Criminal
2000.
Intent? When did that come out then?
Criminal Intent was a little bit later because he was chunkier.
That's true. He was chunkier in Criminal Intent.
Yeah. Peak Vincent D'onofrio.
His face filled out a little bit.
This was also pre-Men in Black, right?
No,
because that was 90.
Yeah,
something.
he was Men in Black. He was in Men in Black first. This is an indie film, so it feels like older because it didn't have a budget, but it was from 2000s.
2001, I think.
Yeah, and it would have been post Men in Black, pre Criminal Intent, and I think pre The Cell, because he was kind of chunky in The Cell too. And I say chunky with like love, because like Criminal Intent is like peak D'onofrio for me. Like obviously Wilson Fisk, A League of His Own, right? Like always fuck the Kingpin. Yeah. But then like Criminal Intent, that was like good D'onofrio.
Criminal Intent was that was Golden Age D'onofrio.
Yeah.
Or Silver Age D'onofrio. If this is his Golden Age.
Bronze Age.
I've had a crush on this man since I was like 15.
He's an amazing actor.
But I figured it was like either right after or right before Men in Black, because he has kind of the Edgar look to him still.
I think it's like...
I think that's just his face.
It's pre him gaining a little weight, and it's pre him getting his teeth fixed.
Yeah.
I think Men in Black was in the 90s, right?
I feel like it was, like late 90s. 97, 98?
Yeah, 97.
Ah! Oh, I don't know why I have such a very specific
Men in Black!
movie that came out in middle school, but here we are.
Because it was pivotal for all of us.
It was. 98 was a weird one for me because I like escaped my small town for a few like key things in 1998, and so like got exposed to regular people culture. Yeah. So like I associate 1998 very heavily with like the President of the United States and oh god, what was the Millions of Peaches song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Peaches.
Oh yeah, Peaches.
But 97, I'm surprised. I'm
always
very
that one. Curious to know when you find out about songs, especially after that one from the Licorice Pizza soundtrack that I played when you came in one time, and you were just like, "Hey, I know this song." The song was "My Ding-a-Ling."
My Ding. Oh yeah, that is another 2008 song. Yep, that was a song that I was exposed to in at Model UN.
Are we talking about Superman? Because you're wrong here.
Why is it always Superman with you?
Because I am a convert. I am trying to show other people the error of their ways. I used to be like you.
Oh my God,
sad.
You're a Superman vegan.
You know what? I used to think that Superman was bad. I used to be sad. I used to live in a world not full of blue and yellow and red. And now I live in a world where I know that Superman fucks. And I need other people to know this. He's a good boy from Kansas.
His weird alien penis.
I don't think it would be weird. There are weirder penises.
That's fair.
And that's also not a deal breaker. Worf has 2 dicks.
But is that a feature or a bug?
Exactly.
I mean, Daddy Worf is very different than the Big Blue Boy Scout.
I'm not comparing them. It's just weird to like Captain America and not understand why people like Superman.
No, I understand why people like Superman. I don't.
But have you
like
ever
any of that stuff about him?
But you have to read some good... You know what? We don't have to have this conversation. That's not why we're here.
I'm fully aware that some characters are much better in the right hands. Like, it's like, yeah, that's how comics work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but you're not willing to read some of them.
Yeah, because have you seen my to-read pile? It's huge.
Just read All-Star Superman.
I think the problem with Superman is that he's not had a good movie in a long time.
Henry Cavill is a great Superman, though, so I'm
with
really
a
excited.
terrible movie.
Right, but the thing is, I'm really excited that he's coming back because, like...
Same.
Sure, because James Gunn could probably find someone competent to make a Superman movie.
Yeah, Henry Cavill, perfect Superman, bad Superman movies. Just like Andrew Garfield, best Spider-Man, worst Spider-Man movies.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we have this on the record, because I agree.
He's the best Spider-Man.
I am sad that Henry Cavill is coming back to be Superman, because it means we don't get Captain Britain, but I am okay.
Oh, yeah, that's your whole thing.
That is...
As somebody who has read a lot of those comics because I'm a ex-slut, Captain Britain is super boring. I'm sorry.
Really? You don't like Captain Britain? I think his backstory is super fascinating, and there's like a lot of opportunity.
That's fair. But you also are like a capital A Anglophile.
I am a capital A Anglophile. Like, there's no getting around that. But the fact that he like gets his powers from Merlin and is powered by the like civic interest of the people of England is very interesting.
Who canonically in the Marvel universe suck. The
that
people
is
of England
accurate.
canonically suck.
Which I mean,
Canada is the NXT parking lot of the MCU,
true.
and the people of England blow.
and I say this as a loving Anglophile. That is not untrue of the current people of England. Like, look at who is in charge of England right now, and has been for a minute.
Those in glass houses, you know.
Also, we've.
But it is like a little bit more embarrassing because like England is we and we're like giant, and so like there's like a lot more people with dumb opinions here. Like you're a little country, figure it out.
It's true. They fit a lot of really questionable opinions into one small island.
Got a lot of racism per capita.
Yeah, but it's like generational racism.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it's like generational wealth.
Well, I think there's also an interesting like academic read to be had in this, and I haven't done the like.
Are we still talking about Captain Britain?
No, we're just talking about England now. But no, I think there's an academic read to be had on this being the like. We had the death of the Empire.
Uh-huh. The sun has set.
The sun done set. That shit's gone. Like, forget it.
So now you're waiting for the Return of the Jedi.
Well,
who is Captain Britain? It all comes full circle.
There it is. But no, like there's a cycle that I think is going on where they're like trying to resurge as a nation.
Yeah.
And they went through this long period of being like, yeah, sorry, we did do some fucked up shit. Yeah, like that one's on us. That was sorry, India and everybody else.
Ooh. Yeah.
For all the everything that
Pakistan.
We did.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big list.
It's a long list. The list is shorter if you go the other way. Like, who did England not fuck up? And
seriously, if it wasn't for Miss Marvel, though, I wouldn't have really known about the partition.
Oh, man, right?
Like,
thanks, Miss Marvel.
I know, right? But like, I feel like U.S. schools should still teach that shit.
I feel like U.S. schools should.
Exactly.
Teach.
Should teach.
Yeah, teach.
Ellipsis.
I remember in high school, I was asking my social studies professor about the Philippines in World War II because there was one paragraph about the Bataan Death March in the textbook.
Really?
One paragraph. That was it. And I was just like, weren't we like major allies to the U.S.?
And
Like, didn't a lot happen? Like, and they're like, the textbook doesn't cover it. I'm like, well, I'm asking you about it.
You're a teacher. You like, the books are resources and then you expound on them. No? Okay.
I did not.
Gym.
I teach gym. No, a lot of history teachers do teach gym.
I think he was like a soccer coach or a basketball coach.
2 out of 3 of my high school history teachers were gym.
And it's because they're like low-key like the white fascists who are like, I'll teach about World War II and then do you want to play basketball? Anyways, we're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Me and Ansel are.
Remembering things is hard.
Remember how we used to have 2 sidekicks? We finally have a host in the chair.
That's what you said last time.
Every time we're going to make this acknowledgement.
It's true.
You've got host energy, Stella.
I do have
You
host
really
energy. I keep so many podcasts together.
You texted us about this episode more than we texted you.
What would you pair this movie with? What would be your drink to drink along with this movie?
Merlot.
Yeah, it's got to be Merlot.
It's got to be Merlot. Yep.
Yeah.
There it is. All right, there you go.
Got to pick your favorite Merlot.
Every BY
Apothic.
OM.
Makes a good bar Merlot. Yep.
Make your own Merlot.
There it is. BYOM. All right. Cool.
I think there's a bottle of wine in the fridge. I'm pretty sure it's not Merlot.
It would be weird if it was in the fridge and it was Merlot.
I know.
That would be an odd
But
place
I don't
to
know
store
what
it.
happens in Philadelphia.
You know, also, I don't drink wine regularly, so
Yeah.
I don't know shit.
Are you a wine and Coke person?
The Devil's Blood. You know who is a wine and Coke person? Nicholas.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's very popular in Spain.
Yeah, Nick is gross.
Dick Dublin?
I tried it.
Dick
It was
Dublin.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
It's just like
Is
really
it something
syrupy.
I want? No.
Yeah, it's just like extra syrupy.
But it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not undrinkable.
It is odd that the wine you drink at room temperature and the drink that you drink as cold as humanly possible are the things that you've mixed together.
That's science.
I guess. Tepid.
I feel like since you do multiple episodes, you should have to find 3 different synopses.
Ooh.
So like one's from Internet Movie Database, one's from Wikipedia, one's from Rotten Tomatoes. Or
That's
whatever.
fun.
A lot of work.
It's really
It's
just
not
3
at
websites.
all. I know it is.
I'll
Just
I'll
never
put it in the
occurred to
notes
me
for
before.
us. Yeah,
like,
that's
it's
good.
Would just
literally
be
never
fun.
occurred to
You're
me.
mixing it up.
This is why Stell has
are
a
ideas.
podcast network.
She has a podcasting empire.
Empire. That's the word I wanted.
It's something.
Everything you make is solid gold, and I want you
It's
to know
true.
that.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
I listen to a lot of podcasts, and yours are the ones I listen to, even if I'm not interested in the subject.
Well, that is high praise.
I mean, can we... I mean, we're going to talk about this eventually on your podcast, but I met you because of Not Your Demographic. When I moved to Chicago...
Ben's a go-getter.
I try. When I moved to Chicago, our mutual friend Courtney Rose, I only knew her on Twitter. And I was like, hey, I know that you're from Chicago. Do you recommend, things like podcasts, wrestling shows, like
Sure.
burlesque, anything? And she's like, well, if you like wrestling and burlesque, you should listen to Not Your Demographic.
These idiots.
And I'm like, okay, I will. So then when I moved here and went to a show, I was like, oh.
I don't know if you know this, but me and Aaron are sort of distinct.
I was able to pick them
Incredibly
out.
unique humans. Yeah.
I was
You
able to
stand
pick them out from across the room. Went over.
That's got to be them.
You know earlier where I was like, I don't need friends. I don't like to talk to new people. This is the opposite of that.
Somehow you broke through.
Somehow I broke through by saying, hey, can I buy you a drink? So
And then Aaron was like,
Oh.
obviously.
pretty much.
I don't really know how it like formed from there, but then it just did.
You invited me to a party.
I really will invite random people from Twitter into my home. I have like a lot of friends from Twitter.
I mean, like after that, like we started following each other, and then you were just like, hey, do you want to come to this thing? I'm like, sure. Who's Alexis?
Oh yeah. That's funny.
And at the time, I was living out in Gilbert's. So
Yeah, I
it was
used to have to drive from the suburbs.
Yeah.
Talk about time travel, all right?
fucking worst.
It's a lot of time traveling, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Ugh.
For those of you who aren't from Chicago, it takes 2 hours to get into the city from any suburb, no matter how far away or near it is.
Yeah.
Granted, it also takes an hour, if you're taking public transit, to get anywhere from anywhere in this city. We're very privileged with our public transit, but it is an hour, no matter where you're going. I don't know why. Have you noticed this?
Trains are cool, man. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
trains.
they're dope. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, we're privileged
Yeah,
by
we
the
are.
amazing public transit we
It's
have.
also, a big city, Ansel.
It's big. Well, I think...
Yeah, but a lot of big cities don't have as good public transit as
Yeah.
Chicago does.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that
No, man, it's big,
so
like,
hard to go
from
east to
places.
west.
Yes, that's true. That is called systemic racism.
Yep. Well, that's why you can't go anywhere on the south
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. Anyways, Chicago has problems, but it's also amazing.
Sure. First, Ansel, who was one of your I don't want to say weird crushes, but who was one of your first crushes?
You can
from
say
when
weird.
You were
No,
younger?
say weird. I want to know the most bizarre crush you have. You can say first crush and then your most bizarre. I don't think D'Onofrio is my most bizarre because I think John Malkovich is, but we don't. That's not what we're doing.
John Malkovich?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
I like how she glossed over it. No, we're getting back to Malkovich later.
All right. God, I don't know.
And wait, are you defining first as like your like sexual awakening? Because
No,
like we had first crushes when you were like a kid. Like
Sure. But I guess it would be sexual awakening because like the first crush that you had where it's just like, oh, I'm attracted to this person.
oh
not just
shit,
like, oh,
not
I
just
like
like
this
teeny
person.
boppery.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
because I think teeny boppery for me would have been the Pink Ranger. But Jennifer Tilly was a different level.
in Bride of Chucky.
No, I fucking do not like those movies.
No, but she's really hot in them.
She's absolutely hot in them.
Jennifer Tilly's hot. That's just
Jennifer Tilly's
Liar,
hot.
Liar?
It might have been Liar Liar because like I was too young to watch some of her like other stuff.
Yeah, because it's Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, with like Gina Gershon
Yeah.
or but also Chucky terrified the shit out of me as a kid. I had a lot of
me
toys
too.
growing up.
That's still one that I haven't crossed in the like
Yeah,
spooky 30s.
me
is
too.
Chucky.
I do not want to watch the Chucky movies, but it's funny because I like Small Soldiers.
Which is just a different kind of Chucky.
It's a different kind of Chucky,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But they make sure to establish.
But I don't think they are anatomically correct.
No. But they establish in Small Soldiers that it's like
That's
a computer
canon.
thing. Oh my god. It's computer programming.
But isn't a computer like apocalypse scarier than one serial killer and a doll?
A serial killer and a doll is fucking terrifying.
One serial killer and a doll, computer apocalypse.
Yeah, but I
Wait,
don't
was
know.
Small
It's-
Soldiers a computer apocalypse, or was it just the one? I've seen it one time back when it came out.
But it's like a whole line of toys.
Because it's a line of toys
Sure.
that's like bugged or something.
But it was
right?
only the prototype ones that came to life and did all this shit.
Yeah, so it was
like
like
the other
one
ones
group of
had
them.
the potential to do it, but they hadn't been like turned or flipped on.
Activated.
Yeah, they haven't been activated. So it could be avoided. Like you could potentially stop that. But stopping a serial killer in a doll, like that's a little bit harder, as they've shown, because Chucky keeps coming back.
Yeah, he killed Liv Morgan.
He killed Liv Morgan last week.
Rough.
But Weird Crush was definitely Roxanne from a Goofy movie.
Oh, if we're doing cartoons, Jafar.
Oh yeah, I mean if cartoons are in this, but yeah, I think first has to be.
Jessica Rabbit.
I mean for everybody.
Yeah, that's just like normal. You're
But no, I have this distinct memory as like a young person of a TV guide with Dolly Parton on the cover.
Yeah.
That one really got me.
yeah.
I was like, yes, I am very straight.
My sexual awakening was definitely Alec Baldwin. And then I had this like range of truly fucking weird men like Vincent D'Onofrio and John Malkovich. And then like, as is every bisexual's right to be in like deep denial for a long time. Once I finally like came to and was like, oh yes, I am bisexual. I had this like 20/20 vision of like who, and like I had a locker full of pictures of Liv Tyler and I was just like, she's just so talented. So stupid. Like, no, you have pictures of her like plush mouth all over your locker, you idiot.
Like from like a specific movie or just from everything?
I mean, Arwen for sure.
Arwen for sure. I also loved Armageddon, and I would like try and defend the movie. It's just because I thought she was hot, and but in my head, in my like fucking jumping, like I'd be like, no, she's just such a talented actor. She's a really underrated actor. And it's like, no, you just want to put your mouth on her plush mouth.
I always think of her from Empire Records.
I was just about to
Always
say,
Empire
yeah.
Records.
She's super hot in that movie.
So hot in Empire
But then
Records.
the big one for me when it comes to like women though is, boy, if this was a VHS tape, it would have burnt out. But I watched Charlie's Angels a lot because Lucy Liu was a big Lucy Liu in that
Good choice.
pleather skirt and that
yes.
that was a big that was big for me.
I get that.
That was big for me. And I was like, no, it's just like girl power or whatever. And it's like, cool, yeah, girl power. But they like, there's the scene where she like leans over and fixes the like drive-in scene with her just like ass in the camera. And it's like, nope, Lucy Liu for me, for sure.
I feel like I've always been a fan of boobs.
Yeah.
But
I'm not
Cameron
a bisexual.
Diaz,
I'm a bisexual.
Oh, fair enough. But Cameron Diaz in Charlie's Angels.
Everybody loves the booty dance.
It's
in
true.
In the Spider-Man panties?
Yes.
Everybody loves the booty dance.
The Spider-Man panties might have done it for me.
I think that's what it did.
Like Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man.
I bought a bunch of I had X-Men, men's X-Men boxer brief type things. And I had some other dumb comic booky panties because I was I love Charlie's Angels.
I remember that period when
gotta get in on this.
When girls our age would buy little boy pull-up underwear with X-Men on them.
Yeah, because
they wouldn't make Superman underpants for women.
Exactly.
They didn't. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of stuff branded for women and clothing and stuff then, which is hilarious because there's tons now.
Yes.
But also, I really think because of that movie.
Probably.
Cameron Diaz did it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stella's I don't know, what are we gonna call him?
Among her top three.
Among her top three.
Oh, he's not among my top three.
Oh, no? Okay, fair enough.
Oh, sorry.
Top three of the people we've talked about so far.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many caveats, too, of tops, threes or top fives or whatever. Is it just the men? Is it men and women? Is it...
I mean, would it have to be
longevity?
Just the men?
I don't think so. I feel like your top is your top. That's...
Yeah.
So D'Onofrio wouldn't be in the top three of regardless of gender?
I don't think so. He'd be in the top 10.
Okay.
I don't know if D'Onofrio would be in the top 3.
Top 5.
I would have to think more about that.
Interesting.
Hovering nebulously in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely in the top 10. I'm trying to think of who would be my top 3. Definitely Lucy Liu and definitely Mitch Pileggi. That's just
Liv
a given.
Tyler.
No, that was a very adolescent. I think she's very.
I went through a
beautiful
Liv
and stuff,
Tyler phase too.
but I'm not
she's
not definitely not.
Our win affected us all.
Yeah, she's pivotal in my upbringing, but she's not in
Records.
she's not in Armageddon.
In Armageddon.
Yeah, she's not my top right now. I mean, if she walked up on the street and said "Do you want to put your mouth on my plush mouth?" I would say yes.
She's got a very plush mouth.
She's got a very plush mouth.
I went through a phase, and it was definitely when they were married, of being a big fan of Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds.
Yup.
Yeah, I feel like both of them should do something for me, but neither of them do.
I don't identify as bisexual, but if that couple
if they were we saw you across the bar.
We together would like you.
We saw you across the bar and we really like your vibe.
Absolutely.
You would be like, okay.
And potentially Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
I don't know who Rob McElhenney is.
He plays Mac on It's Always Sunny.
Oh, okay.
That does not help me.
Yeah, me
He
neither.
plays Ian in Mythic Quest. You should watch Mythic Quest. I think you'd like it.
Probably.
It's a very funny
There's
show.
a lot of media out there.
That's true. There's a lot of media out there.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm trying to think of what my top 3 would be. I think this is such a wild pull. I think currently in this moment, my top 3 would be Mitch Pileggi, Lucy Liu, and Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler.
I have a very fucked up crush
I figured
on Shayna
she
Baszler.
would be lower on the top 10.
No.
Wow. The submission magician, whose nickname you didn't know until...
The grapple wizard.
I mean, is that what it does? Is that what does it for you? Because I feel like that would do it for me.
The submission magician? No, I don't know. There's something about her that I find very good.
I remember when you were talking about Shayna Baszler on Not Your Demographic, and I was listening to it in my car and just yelling, "Submission magician!"
It's just like a wizard.
Oh, her. Wow. Yes. Okay.
Here's the thing.
She's incredible.
With men, I need them to look like they could turn into a werewolf at any moment. Mm-hmm. With women, they just need to be slightly scary.
She
and
looks like she could turn into a werewolf at any minute, though.
That's true. Yeah. She does walk that line. And with everyone, the thighs are key.
I get that.
You are big into thighs.
Yeah.
That has been established.
Is Drew McIntyre still on the list? Is he still boring to you?
I don't know if he would be top 10 now. Maybe, actually. I don't know. His thighs are a work of art.
He's a very chiseled man.
Yeah, but he's also so annoying.
It's fair, yeah. The Scottish Warrior.
Yeah. If it's not something like Vincent D'onofrio. I'm not gonna remember.
If it's not John Malkovich, it's not in there.
It would just be so weird and worth it. He has this thing he does with his mouth when he talks, and I feel like it would be good.
Fuck, marry, kill.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Peg, marry, kill.
Peg, marry, kill.
Peg, marry, kill.
Peg,
Okay.
marry, kill.
Peg, marry, kill. D'onofrio, Pileggi, and
How dare you?
D'onofrio, Pileggi, and Malkovich?
And Malkovich.
I have to kill one of them?
Name?
Disregard? Offend?
I genuinely don't know how to answer. This may be the hardest peg, marry, kill I've ever had.
Really?
Sorry, Jolene.
Ha
I genuinely do not know how to answer this. I cannot pick.
I think I'd marry Pileggi.
Yeah, he's definitely like a good husband, but I also feel like Vincent D'onofrio would be an amazing husband. He's been with Pileggi and D'onofrio have been with the same woman for a really long
was
time.
kind of scary. I don't know.
So,
intimidating.
Have you not seen Mitch Pileggi?
Sure. I mean, just because
All three of them have played.
very scary
All three of them
energy.
have played serial killers very well.
They
in
absolutely
movies.
have. But I think the fact that D'onofrio was Kingpin might like put it a little bit over for me.
Really?
Yeah. Kingpin was very good.
I'm not arguing. Just
Okay.
And then I'd peg Malkovich, I think.
Yeah, see, like the it does pop out to be like, okay, Malkovich is the one you peg, right?
Uh-huh.
But like both Vincent D'onofrio and Mitch Pileggi would be so good. They would be such good husbands, and none of them should die. Though I do feel like Vincent D'onofrio would be down to get pegged. I bet you he is freaky.
Oh, I bet.
So
he does seem like he gets into that shit. Yeah.
I do not feel like Mitch Pileggi would like to be pegged.
Okay.
So I feel like I think I would kill John Malkovich, which was really painful to me, but I would do it while making direct eye contact.
Okay.
So I would
I'm
get
sorry,
something
it
about
was you or D'onofrio.
And he would be like,
And he'd be like, yeah, fair. He's younger than me.
and then, is he younger than him?
Malkovich?
They're both quite old.
D'Onofrio's got to be younger than Malkovich.
Look up these ages. Also, I love that we're talking about my sexual desire to fuck these like 70-year-old men. Though I've wanted to fuck this for a long time. So.
When they were 50 still. At least.
Yeah, when they were, in the 50s. But I've watched all of their movies, so it's from their whole lives.
Yeah. You've seen them in their 20s.
They're completely fuckable. Honestly, though, Vincent D'onofrio is much more attractive as an older gentleman than he was.
John
as a younger.
Malkovich is 68. Vincent D'onofrio is 63.
Okay.
Wow.
How old is Mitch Pileggi?
I thought D'Onofrio was younger than that.
Mitch Pileggi is 70.
Yeah, I'm going to marry Mitch Pileggi, I'm going to peg Vincent D'onofrio, and I'm going to kill John Malkovich.
Okay.
Though I would like to reiterate, that was the worst peg, marry, kill I've ever had to do.
Wow, good work.
Ansel, peg, marry, kill, Jessica Rabbit,
Maid Marian.
Maid Marian, Dolly Parton.
The Fox Maid Marian, to be clear.
Yeah,
Correct.
no, we know.
Yeah. Jesus.
You have to marry Dolly Parton.
You would absolutely marry Dolly Parton.
I mean, by virtue of her being a real person, that gives her a big edge. Big edge, Dolly Parton. Also, like, all of the great work she's doing recently is really, really top notch.
Also her rack.
Also her rack, which
Legendary.
I am a well established boob man. Again, the problem is which one do you murder? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Also, like, it's like saying peg for like a all lady one is like, so it's just a regular fuck
That's
marry.
true.
Yeah,
That'll
at
just be
that
a
point
fuck,
it's just
marry,
fuck.
kill.
Yeah.
Unless, you don't know what they're into?
I know, but like, it's not pegging.
That's true.
Just
Ansel has the
anal
parts.
sex.
Yeah,
It's just
butt
anal sex.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very important point. I don't know. I feel like Jessica Rabbit would like
She's
see
an
it coming.
established great wife, though.
Absolutely.
That's true. She is a great wife. But so's Maid Marian. Like, every like iteration of Robin Hood where we get past the initial part where he has to save her and they get married.
Specifically the Fox one.
Yeah, we have no idea.
We don't know.
We have no idea.
Yeah. She could be completely
I think the answer is actually
Marry Jessica Rabbit.
Marry Jessica Rabbit. Fuck Dolly Parton. Kill Maid Marian.
I think you're right.
Oh, that's a good point.
I appreciate the assist on this, but yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know, Dolly. Something about Dolly just seems...
Dolly also has been with the same man for a long time and is an established great wife.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Jessica Rabbit, big fan, but like, I feel like I would rather spend more time with Dolly.
Yeah.
I feel like Dolly would be fascinating.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, I've never watched an interview with Dolly Parton where I was like disinterested. She's got the weirdest stories.
And I think that would make growing old on the porch interesting.
Are we imagining a situation in which I'm the same age as Dolly Parton? Because that is
At what age am I pegging Vincent D'onofrio?
Do we get to fact
Am I pegging Sam Deeds? Am I pegging what is his character in Law and Order: Criminal Intent? Oh, I don't remember. Am I pegging Cop? Am I pegging Wilson Fisk? Am I pegging just regular Vincent D'onofrio?
It would have to be Men in Black Vincent D'onofrio.
Fuck you.
I mean,
if we're gonna go creepy, I would rather peg the cell Vincent D'onofrio.
Oh yeah, there you go.
This weird fucking.
That movie's amazing.
That movie's so good.
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, I guess that's the question. Is like, are we talking?
I mean, you never got
when you
get
got
that
into
specific on NYD,
I know.
right?
It's just now It's not. This is not Now You're Dumb or
It's true. This is not.
This is Time to Party.
Crossover segment. It's almost certainly going to be in the tangent episode.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You can find us on the internet. I'm at Silverio20 on Instagram and Twitter.
I'm at Salt_Cheeks on Twitter and at SoloCheeks on Instagram.
I am at Indecisionist on Twitter and at The Indecisionist on Instagram. Special thanks to April Moralba for our podcast art and to Marlon Longid of Marlon and the Shakes for our amazing theme song. This has been an Indecisionist production.
You can join the conversation by using the hashtag #TimeToParty. That is time, the number 2, party.
As well as hashtag time, the number 2, party. Thank you, Warwick, who is in the room this time.